Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in this video, we are going to discuss about Infosys aptitude question and answer. Basically, in this video, we are going to solve a lot of question based on aptitude, okay, of Infosys. And the best part about this video is that in one single video, you are going to get questions from multiple different topics so that you don't have to prepare topic by topic, because if you are preparing for any of these type of placement examinations and if you are going topic by topic, you will never be able to complete your entire syllabus. So you have to practice in this way only, that is that in one single video you can practice multiple questions. So guys, without wasting any time, let's get started with today's video. But before that, if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing to the channel, as I regularly post these kinds of helpful videos for all of you on daily basis. Also guys, there is a complete playlist on Infosys Prep on my channel. Make sure to check this playlist. You will find more helpful questions in this videos. So guys, let's get started with the first question. Let's look at this question. Salaries of Ravi and Sumit are in the ratio 2:3. If the salary of each is increased by rupees 4,000, the new ratio becomes 40:57. What is Sumit's salary? Okay, this is a very easy question. We have also solved this previously. Let's see how we will solve it. See, first thing that we have to assume is, let the ratio of let the original salaries, okay, original salaries be 2x and 3x, okay, 2x for Ravi and 3x for Sumit. We have got it from this ratio, okay, that is given to us. Now what is told to us in the question is, if the salary of each is increased by 4,000, the new ratio is 40:57. How are we going to write it? So we can write it in this way: 2x plus, sorry, 4,000, okay, not 40,000, divided by 3x plus 4,000, okay, and the new ratio is 40:7. This is equivalent to this one. What is Sumit's salary? We have to find out Sumit's salary. So Sumit, the ratio of Sumit's and Ravi and Sumit's salary was 2x and 3x. So if we somehow found the value of x, we can find out the Sumit's salary. But you have to pay one attention to that, is that you do not have to find the Sumit's old salary. You have to find Sumit's new salary, okay? Because see, it has told us the entire case that their salaries increase, and then after that it is asking what is Sumit's salary. So we have to consider that. We have to tell the new salary of Sumit, okay? So as a first step, we need to find out the value of x. Let's do that. It is very simple. Like, we just need to solve this equation: 57 into 2x plus 4,000, okay, and this will equal to 40 into 3x plus 4,000, okay. So for you guys, I'm just solving it quickly over here, okay, but I would highly recommend you, instead of directly watching me how am I writing it, you do the calculations and solve it in your notebooks, okay. So this side it will be 120x plus 16 and then 4 times 0, okay. Solving it further, 120x is going to stay here, and then 114x will from that side will come here, and then this side 228,000 minus 16, 4 times 0, this will come, and then when we will subtract this, we will get the value as 68,000, and this side we will be getting x, 6x. So we need to find the value of x. So it will be 68,000 divided by 6, and when you will solve it, you will find out that it will be 11,333.3 bar, okay. So this will be the value of x. Now let us put it in the value, substitute it in 3x, which is the original salary of Sumit. So 3 into like this, when you will do, okay, you will get the value. You can write it in this way, okay, round figure, 34,000, okay. So this was the salary of Sumit originally, okay, and new salary is what? So in new salary there has been an increment of 4,000 from the previous salary. So when you will increase 4,000, it will be 38,000. Let's see if we have this option. Yes, we have 38,000 in the option. So the correct answer will be option number D. So guys, in this type of question, in your option, you might also have the option of 34,000. So that is why I'm saying you have to very carefully read the question, and then you have to select the correct answer, because here it is asked that we have to find the new salary of Sumit and not the old one, okay. So I hope now you have found out how we can solve it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question is, Seema took a loan of rupees 1200 with simple interest for as many years as the rate of interest. If she paid rupees 4,000 as interest at the end of loan period, what was the rate of interest? So, the question is related to simple interest. So first of all, let's note down the formula, which is simple interest is equals to PRT by 100, and let's note down the data which is given to us in the question. Seema took a loan of rupees 1200, which means the principal amount that we have is 1200 in this case, with a simple interest for as many years as the rate of interest. This clearly showcases us that the time value in this case is equals to rate, okay. as many years as the rate of interest. So T is equals to R. This is very important to solve the question. If she paid rupees 432 as the interest at the end of loan period, which means the simple interest value that we have in the question given to us is 432. What was the rate of interest? Rate of interest means we have to find out the R value in this case. Let's substitute all these values in the given formula and let's try to find out the solution. First of all, simple interest value that we have is 432. So I will put 432 over here. Then principal amount that I have is 1200. So 1200 over here. R is the value that I need to calculate. So R I will put as it is, and T value is given to me in the question that T is equals to R. So I will also put T as R. Then in the denominator I have 100. Solving this, what I will get is this will be 432 multiplied by 100. This 100 will go over there, okay, divided by this 1200 will come in the denominator, okay, and then here this side it will be R square. Solving this will get cancelled. Then I will be left with R square is equals to 432 divided by 12. When I will cancel this, it will become like 36, okay. So R square is equals to 36, which means R will be what? 6. So the rate value that we will have is 6, which is option number B in this case. So the correct answer for this question will be option number B, which is 6, okay. Correct answer is option number B. Let's now move on to the next question. So we have this as the next question. Let's read it out first of all. A can do a work in 20 days, okay, and then B can do a work in 30 days. Same work, okay. If they work together for 5 days, what fraction of work is left? Okay. See, again we have some data. Based on that, we will find out the answer. We have the work done by A, which is 20 days, okay. Like work done by the same work that can be done by B, it will be in 30 days, okay. So what I will do, first of all, as I told you, I will do it 1 day work, okay. 1 day work of A will be 1 by 20. Similarly, I will write 1 day work of B will be 1 by 30. Okay. Now, total work done by A and B in 1 day, okay, will be how much? Simply we need to sum those, okay. 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30. Now what is told to us is, if they work together for 5 days, what fraction of work is left? See, we already know that the total work is always 1, okay. Total work is always 1. So we will create this type of equation that out of total work we have to subtract the work done by A and B in 5 days, okay. Work done by A and B in 5 days, right? So our equation will look something like this: 1 minus 5 multiplied by 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30, right? This is the work done by A and B in 1 day. So in 5 days, how much work they will do? Multiplied by 5. That is what we have done here. Now we will try to simplify this equation. Okay. See, first of all, let's try to take the LCM of this thing. So 1 by 20 and 1 by 30. What is the LCM for 20 and 30? It will be 60, okay, because 60 is the least number that can be divided by 20 also, and that can be divided by 30 also, okay. So what I will do is 1 by 20 multiplied by 60 plus 1 by 30 multiplied by 60 whole divided by 60, okay, and this stays like this for now. Let's try to solve it here further. So 1 minus 5 multiplied by, this will be 3, this will be 2, so 3 plus 2 by 60. When we will cancel this out, 5 will get cancelled, okay, by 60. It will be 5 and the 5, and then 2s are 10. So 1 minus 5 by 12. Then we will further solve it. It will be 12 minus 5, which will be 7 by 12, okay. So this is the amount of work, okay, that we will get after solving the equation, and the equation we have based on this thing only, that if they work together for 5 days, what fraction of work is left. So this much amount of work that will be left, okay. So the correct answer will be option number B. Moving on to the next question. The question is, if a person walks at 14 km per hour instead of 10 km per hour, he would have walked 20 km more. The actual distance traveled by him is, okay. So we have to find out the distance value first of all, okay. So D is something which we need to find out. Now we are given multiple things over here. We are given a case that a person is currently walking at a speed of 14 kilometer, like no, currently walking on a speed of 10 kilometer per hour, but instead of that, if he would have covered traveled at a speed of 14 kilometer per hour, in the same time he could have walked 20 kilometer more. Okay, so based on this data, we need to formulate a equation. Okay, let's see how we will formulate a equation is, see, let's first of all understand, let's distance be x. Okay, distance be x, because distance is the value that we need to find out. Okay, and understand that in both the cases time is same, because it is told na, right, that in the same time he can cover instead if he walks at a speed of 14 kilometer per hour instead of 10 kilometer per hour, in the same time he would have covered 20 kilometer more, right? So you have to understand, important thing is in both the cases time is same. So we have the formula, speed is equals to distance upon time, time is equals to distance upon speed. Okay, so you can consider that this, using this formula we can solve it. Okay, so time is what, distance upon speed, and we have two conditions. One condition is when he is traveling at a slower rate, and second condition when he is traveling at a faster rate. So in both the cases we will keep them equal, because time is equal, right? So time is distance upon speed. So first distance is what, first distance we will consider as x plus 20, right? X plus 20, why? Because we will consider if he would have walked at a speed of 14 kilometer per hour, then he would have covered x plus 20, which means the distance which is there, with that 20 kilometers more. Okay, and the second condition is what, if he would have the current condition where he is walking at 10 kilometer per hour and covering x kilometers, right? So this is the equation that we have formulated, okay, based on the time formula, because you have to understand time is same. Okay, now your duty is just to simplify this equation and you will find the value of x, that will be your distance. Let's solve it. So it will be 10x plus 200, 10 will get multiplied over there, 14 will get multiplied this side, 14x. Okay, so for further solving it, 14x minus 10x, 10x will go that side and 200 will stay at its own side. So 4x is equals to 200 and x is equals to 200 by 4, which will be 50. Okay, so distance is what, 50 kilometer, right? This is the correct answer. So the correct answer for this question is option number A, which is 50 kilometer. Let's quickly recap this question just in case if you have any more doubts. See, we are given a question where it is told as if a person is walking at 14 kilometer per hour, instead of 10 kilometer per hour, he would have walked 20 kilometer more. The actual distance traveled by him is what? Okay, so this you have to understand that this is a pattern of question which you can regularly get. Okay, so you have to understand that whenever this type of question is asked, that if a person can walk at a different rate and he would have covered so this many extra hours, okay, so you have to formulate this equation based on time, because in both the cases time is going to be same. So that is why we have formulated the equation based on the data that is given to us in terms of time, and then we have finally solved that equation to find out our final answer, which was 50 kilometers. Okay, so guys, this is the question that we have. Let's read the question first and then we will be solving it. The question says a bag contains 2 red, 3 green and 2 blue balls. Okay, 2 balls are drawn at random. What is the probability that none of the balls is blue? Okay, so we need to find the probability. Let's write the formula for probability, which is n of e, which is number of events divided by number of sample space. Okay, so now in this case what we are given is we have a bag where some balls are there, and we need, out of that we need to pick 2 balls at random. Okay, so first of all we have to calculate the sample space. So in order to calculate sample space, what we will do is, we know that total number of balls that we have is what? Total number of balls is 2 plus 3 plus 2, right? We can write it in this way. So total number of balls that we have is 7. So 7 balls that we have. Now n of s we have to calculate, right? So out of these 7 balls we have to draw 2 balls, right? So how can we calculate, in how many ways, right? So 7c2, which means combinations formula. So in combinations formula, if you solve it, it can be simply done by 7 into 6 divided by 2 into 1, because 2 is there. So simply 7 into 6 we are doing 2 times. Okay, now when we will solve it, it will be 2 3s are 6 and 7 3s are 21. So n of s value we have got it as 21. In the same way we will find out n of e. Okay, now n of e is what? What is the event that is told to us is, what is the probability that none of the balls is blue? None of the balls is blue means what? What are the balls that we had? 2 red, 3 green and 2 blue. So we do not have to consider, we have to consider none of the balls that we are drawing is blue. So we have to consider for these cases. Okay, that is 2 plus 3, which means 5 balls out of 5 balls we are going to draw. Okay, 5 balls we have in total. Okay, because we are neglecting blue balls because it is given in the condition, and out of 5 balls how many we are drawing? 2 balls. So 5c2 is the combination formula that we will be applying. Okay, so simply 5 into 4 divided by 2 into 1. So this way when we will solve, it will be 10. Okay, so we have the value of n of s and n of e. So when we will substitute this, we will be getting 10 by 21. So the correct answer will be option number A. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. So guys, if you have any doubts in any of the question, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Okay, so guys, this is the next question that we have. Let's read the question first and then we will be solving it. The question says, out of 7 consonants and 4 vowels, how many words of 3 consonants and 2 vowels can be formed? Okay, so again, just understand that here what is being told to us is that we have some number of consonants and vowels, and we need to understand how many words of 3 consonants and 2 vowels can be formed, which means this is a combination or a selection based questions. Okay, so I already explained you that whenever we have a selection based question, it is always we have to apply combinations, okay, logic or formula, and whenever we have an arrangement based question, we have to apply permutation. Okay, so this is clearly a combination based question, so we will apply the combination formula. Let's understand how we will apply. See, out of 7 consonants, we have to select 3 consonants, so it can be written in this way. Okay, 7C3 multiplied by, out of 4 vowels, we need to select 2 vowels, 4C2. Okay, now you might think that just by doing this much we will get the answer. No, see, it is told as how many words, okay, can be formed. So see, first of all, for picking, out of 7 we have to pick 3, out of 4 we have to pick 2. So we have applied combinations formula, but it is also telling us that how many words can be formed. Okay, so in order to understand how many words can be formed, we have to also apply permutations. See, our final answer that we will get is of how many letters. Okay, you have to understand that. See, we are selecting 3 consonants and 2 vowels, which means the answer word that we will be getting is of 5 letters. Okay, so in order to have in order to understand how a 5-letter word is rearranged, what we do, simply permutation, which is 5 factorial. So that is why I will also multiply this equation with 5. Okay, I hope you are understanding it. Okay, because I am getting my word as a 5-letter word. Okay, and that word is just one word. In that I can also rearrange it multiple different times to get my different arrangements. That is what it is being asked here, that how many words can be created out of it or formed out of it. So that is why we are doing this 5 factorial, because this is just for selecting the words. Okay, selecting the letters out of consonants we are selecting 3, out of 4 we are selecting 2, and to find the arrangements of it we are doing 5 factorial. Okay, I think it is more than clear now. Let's solve it quickly. So 7C3 can be written as 765 and then 3, 2, 1. Okay, then this 4C2 can be written as 4 into 3 and 2 into 1, and then simply our 5 factorial can be written as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, solving this, let's see. See, if I will solve this portion, it will come as 210. Okay, and then if I do 5 factorial, it will come as 120. Solving this, we will get the answer as 252 and 00, which is, I can see, option number C. So the correct answer for this question will be option number C. Again, these are just one pattern based question, and guys, trust me, if you have understood this patterns, you can solve different questions that comes to you, because only the values will get changed, but the concept is similar. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question is, a sum of rupees 40,000 is invested for 18 months at 20% per annum on compound interest. If the interest is compounded half yearly, what will be the interest to be paid? So guys, this question is based on half yearly compound interest. So let's see how we are going to solve it. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what is the usual formula for amount. Okay, it is 1 plus r by 100 to the power of n, right? But since it is half yearly, we have to do what we will do. The formula becomes like this. Okay, 1 plus r by 2 by 100 to the power of 2n. Okay, so this is the formula that we are going to use. Now we are going to solve this question. Let's note down the data first of all, which is given to me. So principal amount that is given to me is 40,000. Rate which is given to me is 20%, and what else is given to me? 18 months. Okay, time is given to me as 18 months. Now one more important thing is, don't put this 18 months in place of n value, because this is in months. Okay, and we always have to take time value in year. Okay, so what we will do is, we will take it we will divide it by 12, so it comes in the form of year. Okay, now let's substitute all the values that we have. So a is equals to okay, p will come here. Okay, in the formula, p, which is 40,000, 1 plus rate, which is 20 by 2 divided by 100, and this will be 2 into 18 by 12. Now let's cancel the things which are getting cancelled. So 2, this will get cancelled with 6, and 6 with 3, this will be 10. Okay, so after simplifying, it will become something like this: 40,000, 1 plus 10 by 100 and this will be 3, okay, on the top. Now this will further get cancelled, so I will be left with 40,000, 1 plus 1 by 10 to the power 3, and then if I can simplify it, it will be 10 plus 1, so 11 by 10 cube, and 40,000 will be there, okay, over here. Further, I am writing this next step over here, so it will be 40,000 multiplied by 11 by 10, and I will do this 3 times, okay. Now we will solve it, so 3 zeros will get cancelled with these 3 zeros, so I will be left with 40 into 11 cube, so you can calculate it, it will be 1331, okay. So final answer that we will get is 53240. So this is not the final answer, this is the amount value that we have got. Let's just see what we were asked. What will be the interest to be paid? Okay, interest means compound interest we are asked to find, and this is the amount value. So don't select this as the answer. Okay, this is not your answer. See, amount is what? Amount is your principal value plus interest value. So we already have found the amount value. We already have the principal value. We need to find the interest value. So we can say interest or compound interest will be A minus P, which is amount minus your principal. So I have to find compound interest. I will do A minus P. A value is 53240 minus principal value that I was having is 40,000. So 40,000. Now when I will subtract this, I will get 13240 as my compound interest, which is the actual final answer. Okay. So let's see if we have this in the options. Yes, 13240 is option number 2. So I will select that as my option. So the correct answer for this question is option number B. Moving on now to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question says a boat travels upstream from B to A and downstream from A to B in 3 hours. If the speed of the boat is in still water is 9 km per hour and the speed of the current is 3 km per hour, the distance between A and B is, okay. Basically, we have this type of scenario where we have a point A and then we have a point B. The first thing that is given to us is boat is traveling upstream from B to A and then from A to B, okay, and this total time from moving from B to A and back to B is what? 3 hours. So we have to note that the time given to us is 3 hours, okay. First thing, if the speed of the boat in still water is 9 km per hour, which means this is what? Speed of boat, okay, simple speed of boat which is given to us 9 km per hour, and the speed of current is 3 km per hour. So speed of current is nothing but stream speed. So we will note it as 3 km per hour. Okay. Now guys, let me tell you one point over here. Many students, when they will read this type of line, that is, if the speed of the boat in still water is 9 km per hour, they get confused. That is the water is still, then do we have to subtract some value or something? No. Guys, it is just there to confuse you. You just have to note down that you are given the data that the speed of boat is 9 km per hour. You just have to note that. And you are also provided the data of speed of current or your stream, which also you have to note. Okay. Now we have to find out the distance between A and B. So in this question, we are asked distance. Okay. And we know the distance always stays same. So which formula we are going to use? We are going to use the speed formula, which is equals to speed equals to distance upon time. So if we have to find distance, it will be speed into time. Okay. Now it is not just one speed that we can take because the time is additional. Okay. So in our previous question, we have already seen if this type of time is there, then what we do is we do this type of summation where distance upon time is equals to what? Time is equals to distance upon speed, and we have two types of speed: upstream speed, okay, and then we have downstream speed. So first of all, let's find out upstream speed. Okay, upstream speed, which is what? Boat speed minus your current speed. Okay, so boat speed is 9, which is given to us, and current speed is 3. So 9 minus 3 is 6 km per hour. Okay, and in the same way, I will also find the downstream speed, which is 9 plus 3, which is going to be 12. Okay, simple as that. Now I will substitute these things over here. So see, my time value is already given to me. The total time is 3 hours. Okay, so I will put 3 over here. Then distance value is what I have to find. So let us suppose that B is X. Okay, for now distance is X. And here also I will put X only because distance is always same in both the cases. Now upstream speed we have found out as 6 and downstream speed we have found out as 12. So now we just need to solve this equation and we have to find out the value of X. How we will solve? So basically for this side I will take the LCM, which will be 12. So here I will get 2x plus x divided by 12. Okay, and 3 is on this side. Solving it further will give me 3 is equals to 3x by 12, right? So 3 ones are 3 and 3 fours are 12. So x will be what? 3 into 4, which is going to be 12. Okay. So 12 kilometer will be your x value, and that is what we have to find, right? We were asked to find the value of distance, and distance we have assumed as x. So the correct answer for this question is 12 kilometer, which is option number D. Okay, I hope you were able to get this. If you have any doubts, please put it in the comment section. Moving on to the next question now. Let's see this question that we have on our screen. The question says the ratio between the perimeter and the breadth of a rectangle is 5:1. If the area of rectangle is 216 square meter, what is the length of the rectangle? And we have the given options as 16 centimeter, 18 centimeter, 24, data inadequate, and none of these. Let's try to solve the question based on the data that is given to us. First of all, it is told to us that the ratio between the perimeter and the breadth of the rectangle is, so I will write this data down, that is perimeter is to breadth. We can write is to in this format also, in the division format. So I just noted this, that the perimeter is to breadth is 5:1, right? And we are talking about what? Rectangle. Okay, so we have to apply the formula in that way. Now we have the perimeter of rectangle formula, which is 2 into length plus breadth, right? And below is the breadth directly. So now I will, like, simplify it like this. Now what is our aim? We need to find the length of the rectangle. So we have to somehow find the ratio, okay, like ratio in terms of length and breadth, and then we will put that in the formula of area, and with that we will get the value of length. Let's try to solve it further. So 2 into length plus breadth divided by breadth equals to 5/1, and then what I will do is 2l plus 2b, and this 5 will go there, so it will become 5b, right? And this 1 will go there and multiply, so nothing will be changed. So now this 2b will go there and become 5b minus 2b, which will be 3b, and this side it will be 2l. Okay, now we have the ratio, that is L by B is equals to 3/2. Now what we need to find? We need to find length, right? So as I told you, we can find it using area formula. So area of rectangle is already given to us, which is 216, and the formula for area of rectangle is length into breadth, right? So now we don't have the exact values, but what we can do is we need to find the length value, right? So what if I find the value of breadth from here in terms of length? For example, this B will go over there, so 2/3L it will be, right? So the breadth value I can write in terms of length. So we will substitute something like this, okay? 2/3L, 216. Now solving this equation, we will get the L value, okay? So this side it will be L square, and this 2/3 will go over there and become 3/2. Okay, this will be 216, and then when we will cancel this, it will be 108. Okay, and then 3 into 108 is going to be 324. So this is the value of L square. Now we want to find out the value of L, so we will just find the square root of it. So it will be 18. So the correct answer for this question will be, the value of length is 18 centimeter, which is option number B. Okay, so I hope you have understood it, how we have to solve the question. Basically, we were given some relationship between the perimeter and breadth. Based on that, we have formulated the equation, found out the value of breadth, and then that value of breadth we have to substitute in the area formula, and finally we have got our length value. Moving on to the next question now. Okay, so we have this question. Let's read the question first, then we will be attempting it. The question says, I am 3 times as old as my son. So one thing is very clear, that a father is speaking these lines. Okay, so I am 3 times as old as my son. 15 years hence, which means in next 15 years or after 15 years, I will be twice as old as my son. The sum of our ages is. So let's note down the few things. Okay, see, the father is telling the age in terms of his son's age. So let us assume first thing, that is, let us assume son's age to be X, right? Son's age to be X. So where I have considered the son age as X, then what father is saying, I am 3 times as old as my son. So the father's age is going to be simply 3x, right? Then 15 years hence, which means from now, after 15 years, I will be twice as old as my son. So what I will do, first of all, let's note down ages after 15 years. Okay, ages after 15 years. Okay, and then we will be formulating the equation. So son, how much he will be? It will be x plus 15, simple, right? Because present age is x, so after 15 it will be x plus 15. In the same way, father, as of today the age is 3x, so after 15 years it will be 3x plus 15. Now what he is saying is, I am 3 times as old as my son. 15 years hence I will be twice as old as my son, which means the age after 15 years, his age after 15 years will be equivalent to twice, which means 2 into his son's age after 15 years. Okay, now we have to solve this equation to get the value of x, and then we will be finding their individual ages, and then finally we will just sum up their ages. Let's solve this equation. This one will be 3x plus 15, which is equals to 2x plus 30. Then 3x minus 2x will be x this side, and then this 15 will go there and get subtracted from 30, which will be 15. So x value we have got it as 15. So the son's age is 15, because son's age only we have considered it as x. So son is directly we can say 15, and father is what? Father's present age is 3x, which is going to be 15 times 3, which is 45. Now we have to find the sum of their ages. Okay, so sum of their ages will be, okay, sum of their ages or present ages, you can say 15 plus 45, which is going to be 60. So 60 years should be the correct answer for this question. Yes, we have option C as 60. So the correct answer will be option number C. I hope this was clear to you. Let's now move on to the next question. So guys, so far we have solved a lot of question. Now I have one question for you. This is a DIY question. DIY question as in do it yourself. You need to solve this question on yourself. I will not be telling you the answer for this question. Let's see the question, and then let's see what we need to do. In how many years rupees 150 will produce the same interest at 8% as rupees 800 produced in 3 years at 9 by 2%. So guys, you need to solve this question and write down its answer in the comment box. So guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you do, please give it a like. If you have any more doubts, please drop them in the comment section. You can also join me on Telegram and follow me on Instagram as well. You can ask your queries over Instagram DM too. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss on any of the important updates on notification whenever I upload a new video. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.